Both the Ukrainians and the Americans sounded positive following the conclusion of those negotiations in Florida on Sunday. However, the devil really is in the details, and on those details, neither leader sounded positive that they had finalized many of the contentious issues in this 20-point peace plan. Those include the final status of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions, the parts occupied by Russia and the parts still controlled by Ukraine, which Russia is demanding Ukraine withdraw from. The other major contentious issues include the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant and control of that going forward, and the cast iron security guarantees that Ukraine is looking for to prevent Russia from invading for a third time. Now, both leaders, as I said, sounded positive following the conclusion of that meeting.
If you think about it, we're going to have, I really believe we're probably, Mr. President, by far closer than ever before with both parties. We had some times when he was close and President Putin wasn't. Then when President Putin was close and he wasn't, you saw that in the White House. But I think they both want to see it happen. They keep fighting and they keep dying. No good. But if things don't happen, they keep fighting and they keep dying. And we don't want that to happen. He doesn't want it to happen. President Putin doesn't want it to happen either. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
And we discussed all the aspects of the peace framework, which includes, and we have great achievements, 20-point peace plan, 90% agreed, and U.S.-Ukraine security guarantees, 100% agreed. U.S.-Europe, Ukraine security guarantees, almost agreed. Military dimension, 100% agreed. We also had a joint productive call with European leaders, like President Trump said already, and a lot of leaders, including NATO and EU. And we agreed that our teams will meet in upcoming weeks to finalize all discussed matters. And we agreed with President Trump that he will host us, and maybe in Washington, European leaders and Ukrainian delegation, yes, in January. And Ukraine is ready for peace.
So one of the key takeaways will be that this meeting could have gone substantially worse for Kyiv, considering the way the meetings have gone between President Trump and President Zelenskyy in the past. However, all signs point to a positive meeting between the two delegations in Florida. However, once again, the big question is, are we any closer to a final agreement? It doesn't look like we are any closer to a final agreement between Ukraine and the Americans yet, and that's to say nothing of reaching a final agreement with the Americans and the Russians. So a very difficult negotiating process still to come. The question mark will be now what the Russians make of the negotiations that took place in Sunday in Florida. It's Oz Chatterjee reporting from Kyiv for TVP World.